Last week, I made 1,883 cold calls and nobody warned me about this.
Don't typically, just take cold calls.
You don't take cold calls? Is it the Irish accent or
Nah.
it's a Friday?
I'm sorry?
I said, is it the Irish accent or you just don't like cold calls on a Friday?
No, we just typically don't take cold calls. We're more intentional on our vendors.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'll call them next time with an American accent.
No idea what you're calling for.
I definitely want to make sure it's even relevant at all.
Would you have time for a brief intro maybe next week or the week after?
What is it in relation to?
Yeah, so we are a wealth management platform.
A lot of people talk about cold calling and selling and stuff, and they make it look very kind of cool and fun and constant going for coffee breaks and going for lunches with people. But in reality, it's not actually that nice. It's very tiring, and I'm sitting at my desk making calls for like 7 hours a day, 5-hour-and-a-half call blocks that is, with only like 15-minute breaks in between. So yeah, it's very grueling and I get very tired throughout the day. But to be honest, when I started my business like 6 months ago, I was only doing about 4 hours of calling a day, and that had me absolutely wrecked. And now I can do about 7.5, and that has me wrecked equally. So as I push myself, I can do more work. And now I'm going to be trying to do a weekly YouTube video as well, which will be very fun. The reason why I cold call for 7.5 hours a day and make about 2,000-3,000 dials per week is very simple. I originally had a corporate job in New York City as an AE. I was a business development manager. I didn't enjoy the job. I was paying really high taxes, and my rent in New York City was very high. So I started taking some clients on the side. I started posting about it on LinkedIn. And before I knew it, I was actually nearly making the same amount of money as I was from my side hustle, which was a cold calling agency, as I was in my 9-to-5 business, or my 9-to-5 job, that is. So I started hitting up everybody I knew in New York City that was like a sales manager or a business owner, and I started meeting them. I went for lunch with some investment banking dude who owned septic tank company in Long Island. Ended up being my first client. He only paid half up front, which was stupid of me, but I was new and naive and I needed some cash. And then secondly, I met some Irish marketing dude, and we met in Soho House in New York City. That was my second client, $2,000 pilot. And I was selling marketing services to private equity firms in the US. And then another big reason why I quit my job and went all in on my sales agency. So yeah, firstly, I can make a lot more money, and I'm not a PAYE, I have my own business, so the taxes are better. And thirdly, I decide my calendar. I work when I want. I can go travel when I want and go on holidays, planning some trips to London and New York and stuff next year. So that's really cool. And then also, when you have your own business and you've got your own time, you can choose who you learn from and pay who you want to coach you. So I currently pay a lot of money for somebody that has done what I want to do. And then we sit down weekly and he basically gives me the direction for my business, so it's great. So here's my calendar for the day, very simple. Wake up at about 9, smash some weights, get some food in. I had a meeting then with a Irish client. They're selling subscriptions to asset managers in the UK. He wants me to call. So I had a meeting about that with him, gave him my pricing. He sounds quite interested, so that will be interesting. I usually just work with US clients, but I've been starting to take on some UK clients, which is interesting. Then after that meeting, I'm recording this video right now. So I'm gonna sit down for 30 minutes, shoot some clips, and send it to my editor. And then from like 12 to 1:30, I have a call block for a UK client. I'm selling data for raw materials. And then yeah, 15-minute break, hour and a half. So 1:30 to like 3. Again, 15-minute break, hour and a half. I'm gonna go to some coaching with Ryan Reiser at Call Blitz. And then again, 15-minute break, hour and a half. Then I have a client meeting at 6 p.m. In that meeting, I'll just come up, I'll show them my dashboard. I'll show them how many dials I've done for them in the last week, how many conversations, completions, and meetings. I'll go through the data. Are we targeting the right people? Is the messaging hitting? Is there any issues that I'm coming up with or objections? And we'll just keep adjusting accordingly. I'll have another 2 call blocks and I'll finish at around 10 p.m. tonight. And then at the end of the day, I'll reply to any emails, check Slack for my clients, add data from the day. And yeah, if there's anything that I've written down during the day for me to do, I'll do that or add it to my calendar for tomorrow. And then yeah, 9:40 to like 11, I'll chill and go to sleep. So it's very simple. but it ain't sexy. But yeah, I enjoy doing it. So the breakdown of my stats from last week. So as I mentioned, it was the 1800 dials. I had 260 connects, 11 meetings set. The stats weren't great. I have a new UK client, and the list isn't great. We're targeting the wrong people. We're targeting managers, not directors, and people that aren't really in the field that I'm meant to be selling to. So that just kind of hindered the results. But yeah, updates from my business. I brought on a new UK client. I'm about to bring on another UK client. I was very burnt out, to be honest. Thanksgiving was very needed, like 2 days off. For the last 7 months, I've essentially been grinding, posting content, closing deals for my business, serving my clients, which means cold calling for hours all day long, and then meeting clients. So yeah, I've been grinding my ass off, so I really needed that. I'm about to kick off my first dial block. Let's go. Let's fix this thing. So I'm gonna do an hour and a half, very simple. I'm selling to UK procurement people. Yeah, industrial and process manufacturers. And I'm selling them forecasting of raw materials. My biggest distraction that I get in cold calling is very simple, just like scrolling social media, checking WhatsApp or my emails, when I should just be locked in on speaking to the next person. Jesus, no one's picking up. Good God. 4 minutes in and no connects, not good. Hi, this is Natalie. The person you're calling. 8 minutes, no pickups on this list. Right, I'm gonna move to another list. Thanks, Tony. Please stay on the line. I'm so pumped to be posting a weekly YouTube. I'm so excited to do this. Good God, I might just grab another coffee. Because I know that like every time I post a video, I'm gonna get better and better at making them. And then like, yeah, I'm just gonna grow a bit of a following. Yeah, it's something that probably takes away from my business short term, but long term it'll help. But it'll make me enjoy my work more. Hello, is running around there today? Yeah, she's the European. Maybe I have the wrong number. Thank you, sir. You're all good. No worries at all, mate. Thanks a lot. Have a good day. So that usually I'm calling cell phone numbers, but that one went to the office. And as soon as I realize they're not going to pass me over, or it's a bad number, or the person doesn't work anymore, I'm moving on. I'm noting it and I'm getting it out of my list. So I'm constantly looking at numbers and contacts and thinking, do I want to call this person again, or do I want to get them out of the list and move forward? Constantly cleaning the list. Right, let's move to a lower priority list. But I think you're all going to cringe at this, but yeah, in between call blocks or breaks, whatever, I like to throw on some random music. Usually listen to Irish stuff, but Drake's gonna have to do. Slamming the chicken. I love the idea of all this, like, what you call it? Let me flip this camera. I love the idea of like going for walks in between and all this like maxing. But I'm in Ireland and it's pissing rain, if you can see. So yeah, I'm not gonna leave the gaff. It's like gets dark here at like 4 p.m. I start calling at like 2. But yeah, let's get it. And December goals and stuff. This sucks. Hey, Anthony, this is Tony Brophy. You're actually not expecting the call first time I reached you. I was hoping you might be able to help me out for a brief moment if I didn't catch you on the road there. Sounds like you may be busy. Boarding a flight? No. Yeah, I was calling with a company called if that name's familiar, but I can try you back tomorrow. Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, just so I know it's relevant, are you involved in like forecasting or demand over there? No. Okay, well, yeah, not sure if it's for you. We cover like all major raw materials, so agri, energy, metals, plastics. So anything you're sourcing or forecasting. Do you know who would be the best person to speak to? Yeah, okay, and you don't know who the best person to speak to is? Perfect, thank you. Yeah, so that dude was boarding a flight. Usually I'd get out of the conversation and call him back another time, but he wanted me to tell him quickly what I was doing. I told him, and then he said it's not relevant to him. He's in the London office, the Paris office, the HQ decides all this shit. So I'm getting out of there, moving on, getting that guy out of my list. All right, cool. Busy time of year, got it. And just so I don't sound clueless when I do follow up, which raw materials are you guys mainly covering? Yeah, and while I have you, do you want to just put something in the calendar for January, or is it better to give you a shout back? No, you're good. Yeah, sure. Look, I'll shoot you over some information high level around those areas, and we'll give you a shout back end of the month. Right. So that dude was interested. Really busy time of year in his industry, but yeah, they look at forecasting whey protein, cocoa, and creatine or something. And he wants me to call him back at the end of the month to set up some time. I noted that, and I'm going to get my client to send an email, listen to the call. Ideally, in that sort of a situation, you'll have the client and an expert in this commodity or in this forecasting product to call back and speak to the person as the expert, because I'm not an expert in what I'm selling here exactly. But most of the time, people don't want to pick up the phone, so I'll end up having to do, well, I like to do it. I'll end up doing the follow-up and calling that person back. And if they have some kind of specific questions around forecasting of protein, which I'm not going to have the answer for, I'll just tell them I don't know the answer. Let's book in some time at one of our experts. Day's over. I'm quite tired. Done about 7 hours of dialing. Made this YouTube video. I had a client meeting and a sales meeting. I think I have a new potential client that I might start working with. So yeah, good day. The results were quite good, and yeah, the reality of running a sales agency, a one-man shop with a lot of different clients is that, yeah, it's tiring, but you get used to it. More work you do, the more comfortable you get with doing more work, and then you just gradually get better and better and better. Looking forward to seeing how this YouTube channel goes, and I think it's going to bring some interesting opportunities. Looking forward to doing some travel and some content in 2026 and maybe in 25. Appreciate you guys.